Hey everybody, it's Bubba. Welcome to the show today. It's Monday, weigh-in day. So get over there and weigh in. Today I just want to talk about a couple of things. The first thing is the message board. The chat room is getting a little hard to talk because just with 21 of us now, it's kind of hard to find someone in the chat room at all times. So if you want to talk to someone, so if you want to be encouraged, which is really why this was created, we're going to look at the message board today and show you how to use that if you're not familiar with it and how we can talk to each other, okay? Because I want us to start using that because I think it would be a really great tool. So let's look at it right now on the site. Okay, we're on the WLC homepage on the website, which you guys are familiar with, and if you go down below the weigh-in box here in the navigation system, there's an Enter My Forums and a BraveNet. Don't click on that BraveNet, it'll just take you to this thing. It's a free message board, so they kind of have all this propaganda. But anyway, you'll click on this that says Enter My Forum. Click on that and it'll take you to our message board. And you'll see a lot of these pop-up ads. I'm sorry, it's free, so you know we kind of have to deal with it. But just see where it says close right there. Just close it out. It doesn't take you to the site. Here is a post that Rambo did, and you can read what she says. You can open this up, and she needed some encouragement that day. Another pop-up box, and you can read down here what she says. It's also got her email if you want to respond to her directly, but you can do it if they put it here on the message board, then that's fine. But this is a big long thing that she did. If you go back to this first thing where you saw the entry, one thing you're going to see is here she says weight loss woes. This is what's called a post here. Everything that's under it, you see how it kind of goes diagonally? These two things down here are replies to this one, so it's all in the same post. Okay, so I responded to her here and replied to this, and then she responded back to me, and so we can see that this is all one thing. Now let's say that I want to tell everyone that I'm having a problem with sweets. I'm really craving sweets, and so right here it says post. That's what you'll do to do the very first question. If you want to start a new question or a new comment thing, click on post. And what you're going to see here is you'll want to enter in your name, screen name, Bubba, and I put my email address in there. Don't worry about all of this, but you can add a subject here, and I'm going to add it as sweets. And then down here in the message box, it's kind of like an email. I'm just going to ask my question. And so what I'm going to do is down here, there's a bunch of different propaganda again. Just make sure all of those are not checked. And then down here, it's one of those little things where you have to look at the letters and type it in the box so that it's just not a bunch of spam. So just do that. And then you can either preview the message or post it. We're going to want to go ahead and post it because I've already, made sure that everything was spelled as best as I know how. It's probably misspelled, but anyway, it takes you back to the message board. And now, instead of just the weight loss woes, up here is my post, which is sweets. So when you go in and it says that it's by Bubba, when you guys go in and see a new post, you can click on it and read what I've said. And it says here, hi, I have really been craving sweets bad. Can you suggest substitutes? If you have an idea for me or you want to encourage me or whatever, you can click reply right there, and it's just like replying to an email. And what it'll do is it'll make that diagonal. You'll answer the question, they can email you back and stuff like that. So every time you come to the site, just check the message board and see if it's got something there. You can also return to the forum here, or return to the website. If you return to the website, it takes you right back to the WLC page. And that's how you do the message board. So get in there and really encourage your fellow challengers. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is those of you who wanted to do a diet together. If you didn't want to and you want to do your own thing, you can go ahead and go. Don't forget to weigh in over there before you go. Those of you who want to do a diet together or have some guidelines, here are the guidelines for you. I talked to Jonathan Anderson, one of the players here, the challengers on this weight loss challenge, and he made a very good point, and he said, we've all lost weight, we've all gained it, we've lost it, we've gained it, and what we want to do is be able to make a permanent change in our life. And that's what I want, because I don't want to do this yo-yo thing anymore. I want to be able to just buckle down and be diligent in my life. And so anyway, he's doing some things that are pretty interesting. but I was also talking with Lindsay C., and she teaches a health course at Baylor University, and anyway, she was talking about the science behind behavioral changes, because what we need is behavioral changes, really. And what makes a permanent behavioral change is to have good self-efficiency, which means that we need to believe in what we're doing, that we need to believe that we can accomplish the task that we've set before ourselves. So let's keep that in mind. One thing that we need to all do is make sure that we're not taking in a lot of carbs, pasta, breads, all that stuff. We don't need to be on a diet where we cut anything out, because it's just not realistic. So what we need to do is lower our intake of carbs, is one. And beware of all the white stuff, white sugar, white flour, all of that stuff. Really try to cut that out as much as possible, especially the sugar. But we don't want to cut it completely out. So we need to have healthy things like, maybe a piece of dark chocolate a couple times a week or something like that, where it's not totally filled with sugar. But stay away from those. And if you have to have some carbs, eat whole grains. You can get whole grain bread, and whole grain pasta even, which is still pretty high in carbs, but we just want to reduce those things, the carbs. We don't want to cut them out, we just want to reduce them. So be really aware of what you're fixing with that, and make sure that you're not having too much in a day. Also, another great thing to do is when you are eating your meals, eat half the portions that you normally do. Karen, who is a part of the challenge, said that what they've been doing is using smaller size plates, and you serve your dinner on it and it looks full, and then you can eat it. And if you're a person that likes seconds, you might be able to have a little bit of seconds on that little tiny plate, and it'll be really a normal portion, but you'll have had your seconds, and psychologically you will have thought. So that's a great idea. Have a smaller plate. The great thing is, when you go out to eat, share your meal with your spouse or a loved one or who you're going with. If that doesn't work, buy what you want and half it and put it in a to-go box. I did a diet that did that once, and it was so great. And so you can still eat French fries, but just pick out the best ones that look good to you, and the other ones put in a to-go box. The minute you get it on the table, before you take a bite, get it into a to-go box, half the sandwich or half of whatever you're doing, and if it's a huge portion, maybe quarter it, but get all that in there, and then you'll have had half of what you normally ate, which is really, really great, because portion size is so important. So that's one thing. And also remember, drinking soda of any kind, that's diet or regular, is really detrimental, because it can really help keep that weight on. So instead of drinking that, drink water instead with a lemon or whatever, and you get used to it and you really like it. Make sure that you go back to that first episode and make sure you're drinking enough water, because that will also help you in your weight loss challenge. So those are just some thoughts. If you have other ideas of things that we can add to this, just let me know. But that's what we came up with. So if any of you are on the diet that you want to have some guidelines for you, there you go. And they'll be below down at the bottom of the page somewhere, so that you can see that on the WLC homepage. But anyway, I hope that's helpful, guys, and if you need anything at all, just give me a call, and don't forget to go and weigh in. Bye, guys. We love you.